and whenever I made the video, I made him a little stronger. But it's because of this first comment right here, making him what if Naruto was the grandson of. But yeah, that gave me an idea right there also. And then somebody wanted him to be Sinju and give the Rinnegan right here. I just love, I didn't really say Izuku. I say it a couple times, but I just use Madara a lot because it's easier. So this dude gave me an idea to give him Namikaze and stuff in it. This dude gave me the idea of the, you know, the Rinnegan, the Senju. And I just didn't do the thing, man being like the grandson, is because he is Madara. Like, he's in the story of Madara. Like, it's what if Madara was nicer, of course, because if he was a normal person, normal Madara, he'd be a villain. But I didn't want to do that, so I did this. Oh yeah, this dude, how long is your phone gonna say at 19%? If you watch this video, that's because that was a picture, first off. I don't think anybody knew that, but because the color of this picture right here, it wasn't originally that color. I added forest color, or forest little like background, where because Hashirama does have wood, so I just gave it like a forest little tint to it. That's why it's colored like that. But I'll go to camera. So I'm gonna start off it right now. I'm eating cuties right now. They're like small oranges. They're really good. But I left it off after the whole testing part. I just said I wasn't gonna do. I was only gonna post like 3 of these during the weekend, and right why I'm doing them during the weekend is because, you know, Christmas, last minute Christmas shopping, for my uncles, and because I have like 3 uncles. I don't really have an aunt anymore. I only have one aunt, but she's pretty much like a crackhead. My other aunt pretty much cheated on one of my uncles. So yeah. Finish that. You guys totally should eat kiwis. If you guys don't like oranges, then, or apples or fruits, because fruits, people be like, what's your favorite food? And I always be like, fruits. And they'll be like, no way, man. Like, my favorite food's steak, but I love fruits, man. They're just delicious. And I use the fruits to decompose in plants and make them grow bigger. So yeah, that's where all of our fruit little end pieces go. And you see, this was the original picture, but I add tint to my pictures to go with like the mood and stuff. Sorry for me rambling on. That was 4 minutes, so I'll just make this a 20-minute video. But yeah, so it was after the whole little testing, and now we're getting into the lunchroom. People are asking him questions about how he got these powers, and he explains the whole thing. And now this is where they get the alert that something happened, like a villain has broken in or something like that. But Deku just looks out the window and says it's not, it's just the media, because he was about to jump down and be like, Majestic Flame Destroyer Jutsu, and blow everybody away. But yeah. But it's not, and all that. But that's whenever everybody is a little more calmer, because like, they know the legends of Madara Uchiha, man. Because, you know, I just like saying Madara, because I love all Uchihas. for some reason, have you even, except Sasuke. Like, Sasuke's cool. I personally love how they created this character, making him have more jutsus than Naruto. Or but I would say they could have added Naruto, like, actual, like, chakra releases. The only thing they have for him as chakra releases is him borrowing power and him using one wind style and one jutsu. If you count two, making like the wind Rasengan, but I only count it as one. Because the one with the wind Rasengan is just a weaker version. Incomplete version. But yeah. So that happens, but I want to say what he does is that he makes a block, and I'm going to say Ida yells out saying that it's just the media, stop freaking out. They all stop and stuff, but people don't say nothing because it's Madara Chi all over here, just like chilling, just gonna be like, ooh yeah, gonna destroy you, hoo-hoo. And the dude that commented with Naruto was the grandson of both of them. You have to make your own Sharingan ability, please. That's your job. That dude. Let me pull you up. You right here. I can't say names, you guys know this. Make up a Sharingan. That is your job. You are the Sharingan maker. Your name will be Sharingan the Maker. Got it. You are the king of Sharingans. You are the best. But, okay. But, yeah. Now they're on the bus. People already know all about his quirk because they ask so many questions. But they still make him go over it. He's, like, annoyed about this a little bit. They get to the USJ. And that's whenever Deku doesn't have his Sharingan active at all times. Or Madara does it. But all we see him have is the Sharingan activated because we don't see him not battle. I think one time we see him activate the Sharingan, and that was at the beginning. And after that, in a little while, he got the Rinnegan, so we barely saw him without the Sharingan activated. But yeah, that's when we activate the Sharingan, seeing the people open the portal and all that. And one villain walk out with like brown looking bones out of his hand. And if you're saying bones, what are you talking about? Is it going to be Shigaraki with a bone quirk? No, Shigaraki has the original version of the bone quirk from Kaguya. Because Kaguya had this special ability to anything that these bones hit, they will turn to ash. And I thought that would mix well with Shigaraki a lot. And all that. And my next also what if, after I kind of complete Sevenly Deadly Sins, in the second season, I think I'm on, I will do what if Asta had blaze control, or had the abilities of Sasuke, because blaze control is from Sasuke. It takes his flame control for the Amaterasu, with regular old fireball jutsus creating this weird move. Also, the Sharingan user. If you, Sharingan King Maker, the king of Sharingans, you get to pick either it is Grimwire or it's actually the Sharingan in jutsus. If you watch this video. Got that? Or somebody else can comment it. But if he says it, then I'm going with it. That's your privilege. There, you're a king of privilege on this channel. But yeah, he goes on. And whenever this happens, he pretty much just jumps down. With people think he's about to crash on them, with him making a shield underneath them, walking on these blue platforms, pretty much, is what it looks like, what his abilities look like. They're like hexagons, pretty much. He walks on hexagon. That's whenever he makes like a round shield, it's a whole bunch of hexagons put together, which are blue. To go with his Susanoo, If you guys didn't know, he had the Susanoo, that which is blue. That's why I said it was blue every time. But yeah. And we see them use the Susanoo as armor before. All that, but yeah. He walks out, and when he takes out his Genpo, and he covers it with the blue stuff, making it pretty much indestructible. And I'll say the ability of the shield is it's not just a regular shield, it's able to redirect jutsus, I'm gonna say, or quirks in this case. So the dude, Shigaraki shoots out his ash thing, but because it is just energy doesn't really have that much mass. If it does, then the bone thing doesn't work on it and stuff. But honestly, he freaks out with him. Starts shooting a couple, but every time they get redirected and they hit another villain, the villain would turn into ash. And that's whenever he says, I have to stop this. And now what Deku or Madara is doing is he's shooting his own energy spears, pretty much, deflecting them and covering them, and stuff like that. And his quirk doesn't work on him, of course. It's just how it works, so nobody can take his bone and stab him and he turns into ash. But yeah. That's whenever Ozawa cancels his quirk. But what happens is, because we know that it's a Genki Genkai, but it's not a chakra Genki Genkai, it's more like a mutation that caused them to regrow bones and able to, like, make bones, a whole bunch of them. So it is a mutation quirk. So he yells out saying that, Ozawa, your quirk doesn't work on mine. This is when we see Madara jump down, activating his full body armor. Full body, I'm just gonna call it for now on. Covering his body in this, like, the armor stuff with hexagon is turning completely blue. But what he looks like, he kind of looks like Madara with kind of like a blue sage mode on. But of course it's not sage mode. But yeah, he walks out. What this just does, it pretty much, it's able to redirect jutsus and quirks, but he can also pretty much nullify them, kind of. He pretty much gets the ability to crush energy with his palms and stuff, pretty much stopping them from redirecting and all kinds of stuff. But it's energy, which also enhances the strength and all that. And he starts running up after this is just like my one pose that I ever see Madara get into, is whenever he squats down, opens up his hands wide, he just runs off. Every time you see that, I swear, he's just gonna kick somebody to death. But he runs through, and he's using the Genpo to strike down people. And I'm just gonna say, his Genpo has a katana in it, and the sickle on the end of the Genpo. And he puts the Genpo in his back, taking out the katana this time, with the chain on the end. And he wraps somebody in these, and he swings them around, hitting Shigaraki, knocking him off balance, and he runs at him. Starts going hand-to-hand combat with Shigaraki, because you've seen Shigaraki have superhuman feats, because his quirk bases doesn't enhance his body. We know him as, like, almost either as skilled as Ozawa at martial arts or better, because we've seen him block his attack perfectly at close range. So you can put him at, like, the same level as Ozawa right now, which Deku's not affected by his quirk and stuff like that, but this armor is pierceable if you attack enough, or he runs out of energy. So, But even if you break the arm and you try and stab him with turning him to dust, it won't work as long as he even has a piece of the armor on him still. But it still has the cutting effect. So they start fighting with them. And he's countering all the attacks because he knows the limit of his shield and he doesn't want to overdo it. But this is when we see his other eyes start moving. Both his eyes are moving in a circular direction. Whenever the whole bunch of villains trying to jump them while he's in battle. And all these, they have the same sharingan appear on their eyes. And they start twisting. And this is pretty much Tsukiyomi. Infinite Tsukiyomi, pretty much. And this time, we'll almost say it is them getting crushed to death by the shield for years. Or for 3 months. Because he doesn't have that long, or he'll get like stabbed or something. And stuff like that. So they start screaming out and they drop to the ground. That's whenever he pretty much, he covers them with shields, which he can keep those up for a while, but he swings them in a circular motion, and he gathers up a whole bunch of villains in a shield, or those villains in the air, and he says, blue meteors, because even now he can probably do like a shield version of the pretty much destroyer of the, I forget what it's called. But what happens, he drops all of these villains at high speeds, kind of like an elevator at high speeds, enough to break their bones and stuff, and cabling them and stuff like that. And one of these hits him because they're not just falling downwards, they're spinning around. One hits him, sends him back, cracking his bones. And this is when he yells out, "Bring out the white Zetsu no Mu." Because I have to add in something like that. This is whenever, or bring out just the regular Nomu, but it's white, and that's whenever he notices that white stuff has the same thing as his arms and stuff. Something like that. And he thinks it must be from that snake dude. Snake eyes. And stuff like that. And the Nomu's faster. And I'll say this Nomu was made to try and copy the Senju clan. So what happens, it starts making wood appear around his arms. If you guys are wondering, that wood hero's not alive, like he was never existed. And if he did, his wood would be compared to a twig, compared to Hashirama's. And he would be downgraded because of that. Because people call him a poser of the great Hashirama and all that. But yeah. It starts sending out dragons. It's the only move it can do. Because it was implanted into its brain. But these dragons can take away quirk energy. Quote unquote what they call it. Some random caller. But yeah. He pretty much... But he's been dodging stronger dragons than this. And he's remembered Hashirama. And this is when he says, a poor excuse of him. Poor excuse of wood release. A poor excuse of strength. Making him angry and stuff. And this is whenever he says, this is whenever you see him run up onto him. Him activating Susanoo, which nobody ever seen. Half of them didn't even know about the internal Mangekyo Sharingan, or the Sharingan ability that he has, or what the Sharingan can even do. It was kind of a mystery. But I guess people only knew that he'll go blind if he used these moves. But they're seeing him spam these moves without any precautions. And pretty much he activates Susanoo. Not the perfect Susanoo, but just like the walking part of it. Not just the torso. And he appears next to it. The Nomu, with the dragons peering out of it, he slices straight through them. He grabs the Nomu with the 4 arms, because he has a 2-headed Susanoo. Maybe 3-headed even if he goes full power. And this is when Reese says, suffer in a swirling, tearing, and apart. This is where he has 3 sharingans. 3 chakra sharingans, pretty much, made out of the Susanoo's energy, covered in the energy of the shield and the sharpness of the blade throwing it. But this is a small one out of his hand, throwing it outside the Susanoo. And this hits the Nomu, with him going into the Nomu because how sharp it is. And the sharpness zoomed down with the one part of his Mangekyou Sharingan, him expanding the shield. And the shield disappears with the Nomu trying to regenerate, with the explosion of chakra almost taking the head off and disintegrating the body. And that's where people see the true power or a glimpse of the true power of Madara Uchiha. And people are scared of this. This one I'm going to learn off the video because I said I was going to be a 20-minute one. So good.